good morning. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's start the show. Y'all know what it is. It's your favorite Vets on the Net. First Formation presents to you the NFL or NFL Sunday Week 8 predictions, preview, whatnot. So, of course, y'all know what it is. It's me, your host, Trey. Nostradamus. You see it, Trey, the commission. Whatever you want to turn me as. This is the week in which we get to see if I keep
telltale week.
Or
it's that telltale week.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to wait till Bishop gets so I can make sure it's fully understood. Of course, you got CC, Canarius Code, the people's coach that's in the building. And then I'm very sure Bishop will be tuning in soon enough. And we know he'll come in with the bravado. It's the GOAT is here, but we shall see. In any case, we glad to be tapped in, tuned in with y'all today. Week 8. CC, what's good with you, brother?
Man, it's all good, but my picks been killing me lately, man. Shoot. You start looking at it. Certain teams are supposed to win, man. What y'all doing out there? Like, for real. Like, the favorites sometimes been disappointing. Like, really? Really, so, that's what we're doing?
When you look at it, right, it's interesting. It's like crazy the fact that we sit up and say that. Like we say the people are supposed to, it goes to show like the human nature, right? Because we sit up and say the people that are supposed to win. Technically, no one is supposed to win. It's supposed to be a 50-50. It's supposed to be a 50-50 opportunity for anyone to come in. And that's what happens in some of the cases. It's just, we have an ideal of who it is that we want to win or should win, or we predict to get the dub. But then it doesn't end up as such in some cases, which was prevalent, I think, in week 3 and 4 of the season. So, but I think it's kind of tailing out a little bit.
It's like take the Texans against those Green Bay Packers, man. That wasn't supposed, man. Come on, man. D'Amico Ryan tried to put it up to his defense, knowing that he was missing 5 starters. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's bad coaching. You had the game won in the end. All you got to do is try to run the clock, get them, but you got to go for the touchdown. You playing for a field goal. I don't even understand your concept. Why would you go for it on 3rd and long to complete that first down and then stop when you get inside the red zone? Stop when you push it towards the end zone. I didn't understand that whole philosophy. Knowing that the other team had 3 timeouts plus a 2-minute warning. I didn't get the strategy coming down the stretch. You just made it perfect for Jordan Love to go 35 yards down the field and kick a field goal, man. I didn't, got to be better coaching than that in certain situations. But I'm not going to knock D'Amico too bad because he's been doing a great job. That's one game.
And when you look at it, right, true enough. And like, it was a bunch of things that if you look at it, like if I was coaching, what my philosophy or what I would be doing when it comes up. And it starts to tailor off, and sometimes it doesn't work. It looks good in that time, but then in real time, it doesn't look perfected. Of course, we got our man Bishop has tuned in as well.
The goat. Don't
like clockwork.
Don't.
You know what? I want to do something for you this week, right? So this is the last week in which I have to take the lead to keep the code on to the moniker Nostradamus, in which I'm going to actually put an I in front of it. I know Tradamus. If I do not come out, then the rhetoric was I will put don't know Tradamus in front of it. So this is a week. So in order to sit up and solidify that and do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick first for all our prediction picks, so it cannot be said that I
love it. I love it. Let go. I love it.
You can't that I sandbag to sit up and make sure that I pick what it is that I'll say Bishop because he's ahead, because he's the person I'm actually battling with. So I'm going to pick first for every pick so that I know Stradamus is clear and cut and concise. So when I walk up.
Can we get a recap of what actually has to happen for you to go from not to know?
All I need to do is all I got to do is be faster than Bishop. That's it. We're tied currently on our overall. So if last week, what was that? If I look at I actually have the graphic of that I put up when we do, but basically week 6, I went 14-0. But because Bishop had a 10, what was it? A 10-4 dub or something like that. 11-3, correction. Because Bishop had 11-3, he kept pace. So it opened the lead up on me on CC. but he was able to keep pace with a 10-3. And then last week, me and CC finished 8-6, but Bishop had a 10-4. So that basically put him on par.
No, it
with
wasn't 10-4, it was 11. Wasn't it 11?
It was 11-4.
11-4.
I think it was 15 games.
11-4.
So we was 8-7. I think we was 8-7 or something.
Yeah, y'all were 8-7.
Yeah, 87, 11-4. So now that was week 8.
Should have been 12-3 if it wasn't for that Detroit game. I should have
Man.
if it was Detroit, but it is what it is.
Man,
So
the Vikings. The Vikings.
Yeah,
man.
Speaking of which, where is Smalls? Where is
What's
Smalls?
going on with the Vikings right now?
Bro, two in a row?
No.
Two in
So
a row?
let's not act like we don't know Eric's feeling right now.
Yeah, we know he's feeling some type of way. But I will say this. That was that again. Once again, the official now get
No,
hold on, CC. Now again, that's a game that the officials could have cost the Vikings that win. We don't know if they would have scored. We don't know. However, you just took that whole chance away from a blown, obvious blown call. Obvious blown. Like nowhere, obvious blown call. Obvious, like all angles, you see that face mask. They even put up a meme where the head ref, the white hat, is behind him. And he can see that the man's head is completely turned. Why was his head be turned this way? Field is this way.
So, you know what I don't like about that? You know what I don't like about that whole thing? Is that they can make that call from up top and say get that call right, but they choose not to do that in the NFL. I'm not understanding.
They have to put that in the rules, CC. That's a rule that they cannot review that. That's because I was thinking the same thing, CC. I was like, why they just can't go up there and look at it and see that obvious face mask? But come to find out later that night or the next day, I found out it's not a review.
So even if they would have threw the red flag for for a challenge, but of course there was no play, there was no challenge, there was nothing to challenge. And like you said, it's not. In which I was listening to
and it was under 2 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was under 2 minutes. It was under 2 minutes. So
only things that's reviewable is scores, in which technically it
is a score, though. That's a score, right?
Because it's a subjective, because of the way it is, it's a defensive play, and so it's like, whereas when I was listening to Chris Canty on Tuesday morning,
Ryan Clark and all of them too.
They was talking about it like it should be, because it does lead to a 2-point score,
right? So it should be reviewable, man.
It should be all scores should be reviewable, in my opinion.
So when you look at it, the Minnesota Vikings have been one of those teams, or the Los Angeles Rams, or one of the two, have been teams that are advocating for that in reference just because it's a safety issue, not because it's a scoring. It's a safety issue. Like
I heard that too.
Face mask is a safety issue. So it just so happened, but it's not like, what I'm saying, it's not like it's the first time the Los Angeles Rams have benefited from a missed call in which was helpful to them. Of course, the most egregious one was the what was that? The AFC champion, the NFC wild card.
Wasn't it the championship game?
Or
against the Saints? Against the Saints. Yeah, that game against the Saints.
Obviously was very everyone seen. Even my son could have made that call, and he doesn't even know the rules.
Your son could have made this call, the one they just had on Thursday too.
Yeah, so I can see him now sitting next to me. He was like, "Dad, isn't that illegal?" I'm like, so. But in any case, a lot has gone on, of course. And let's start with that game alone, in which me and CC was just talking about before you got on, Bishop, is the sense of, did Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua make that much of a difference with them coming back to the fold for the
Rams?
Los Angeles Rams? Yes,
absolutely. In my opinion,
they was feeding Puka. I felt bad for Cooper.
He didn't get a touchdown, but he had over 100 yards receiving. He didn't get a touchdown. Cooper got in the end zone, but Puka Nacua didn't get in the end zone, but he still had over 100 yards receiving. And to come back off an injury and still put up 100 yards receiving is still phenomenal. So, yes, they was key factors that was missing. However, we also know that they was talking about shipping Cooper Kupp.
I'm very sure that
it's still in the tabloids about him being shipped out from
I doubt that's gonna happen now.
McVay saying he don't want to lose them, but
but it ain't in Sean. It's not up to Sean McVay. We all know that.
It's a business move. We know that. We know it's not up to McVay to make.
Yeah, it's not up to Sean, but it is what it is.
When you look at it, right, just from what we just seen from Monday night, and which Bishop just said, Puka Nacua, although they was cooking, they was feeding him 7. They was giving it to him every which way. Like he had 7 catches for over 100 yards, but he also had a couple of rushing attempts and all that type of stuff. So he had touches. He had double-digit touches coming back from that from week 1, but he didn't get in the end zone. However, Cooper Kupp was targeted in the end zone a couple of times. So when you look at that, right, does it make sense in y'all's guys' opinions to move Cooper Kupp at this point? Like, what can you get back? What value can you get back for Kupp? Or I mean, is he done? Like, we're talking about the guy coming off a year or a half off of being the first Triple Crown, or of the latest of the Triple Crown, only 2 I think in that aspect. What sense does it make outside the fact that he's outside the fact that what's good, Nate? It's like outside the fact that he's had the injuries. Is that value? Was there any more value? Are y'all trading for Cooper? Are y'all moving Cooper Kupp as GMs?
So for me, go ahead, CC. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, you gotta look at it from the business standpoint. They got other positions that they hurting at right now, especially like on both sides of the ball. Offensive line a little weak at times, and then you look at the other side right now. What they got on defense that's really holding up. Like, so I can see them moving for draft picks to pick some offensive linemen. Get some defensive players out there to complement. They got a good secondary. I mean, but other than that, they front 7 kind of weak. You can push them around.
So for me, I agree with CC. They do have areas of that they're weak at, so they do probably need to address some areas for that team to be complete. However, with Cooper Kupp, in my opinion, if there's a receiver that they may think that could fit within in a trade, like that, me personally, that like if I was gonna trade Cooper Kupp and I'm the Rams organization, I'm trading him for DeAndre Hopkins. That's what I would, if I'm trading. That's I'm trading him for somebody who's equally productive on the field, who may not be as injury prone as, because we all know Cooper Kupp has had injuries in these past few seasons. That's the main reason why he's on the chopping block, is because of the fact he can't stay healthy long enough to stay on the field. So in my opinion, if there's a receiver out there, which ain't too many out there left,
would you think about moving him to a possible of moving him to get Deontay Johnson or Christian Kirk, who are 2 receivers who have been tossed around lately in reference because their teams aren't being as productive?
Right.
And that would that be beneficial to someone like Bryce Young, or going over if you get a Cooper Kupp, or Adam Thielen, or those players that are being tossed around?
I guess it's that's fair. I think that's
Deontay Johnson, I take him in a heartbeat. I think he got a lot of upside.
But what's his name? What's the other 2 you said?
Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen, I probably would take who?
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. Yeah, I would probably take Christian Kirk too. Yeah, I think that's worthwhile. Yeah, I think those are good trades. If I was the Rams and if I'm really trying to ship Cooper Kupp out, those are 3 that I would probably make happen.
So going back to something which you just said, DeAndre Hopkins was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City just keep getting better and better, man. We talked about it a little bit Thursday. They just keep getting better and better.
Sound like y'all said that's an A. Y'all both think it's an A. That's an A grade for
absolutely. When you don't have, you done lost 2 wides. 2 wides are still hurt. All you got
Juju was on the sideline last week. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Juju on this. You got 2 hurt. Juju on the sideline. All you got is Xavier Worthy and the tight end Kelsey. Like now you got Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Like, yeah, that's a major move, bro.
And what about Kareem Hunt, man? Like,
boy,
missing action for a minute, but then the Chiefs find a way to get him in the end zone.
Bruh, like he ain't
come back,
bruh. Bruh, like, and that serves a problem for Pacheco. That's
so I don't think it serves a problem for Pacheco only because
unless they're gonna use him as a two-headed monsters.
Because Pacheco is a violent runner, right? So Pacheco he's a thumper. Kareem Hunt, I think, plays in between those two. Like he can go in between the tackles and often off guard, between the guards and in the trenches, and he can get outside. While Pacheco is more of a thumper, he looks for the contact, he looks to be a banger, but he's out right now. But and then let's not remove the fact of that was Hunt's position previously, and the only thing that removed him from is a charge that they didn't want to slip and take that. So it's one of those things where it looked like it spins the block, it comes back around. He's in position, although he may not get a Super Bowl out of this one, but he's in position for the most part. And I mean, we'll end up seeing where it's at.
I mean, I hear all this talk about the Ravens are the best team in the NFL. I'm like, how can you be better than the undefeated team? I don't understand y'all philosophy, man. How you gonna be better than the undefeated team?
This is
not better.
You know what?
The undefeated team that beat you already. How you gonna be better than the undefeated team that beat you already?
This is a silly conversation. So last week, when we ended the show last week, what y'all set up to say was y'all threw shade my way, in my opinion, as my perception is my reality. Y'all threw shade my way when y'all both was like, I'm gonna be like CC and just be real because my team, and y'all said I say like, oh, Trey don't be real because his team is struggling right now, and I don't sit up and admonish that. So what I think is like, honestly, when you can take in consideration, although it is the NFL and everything happens, all the things that happen, the people the Chiefs have played, everyone has not been on an even plateau, right? What I mean by that is everyone has not came in healthy when they played them. They caught them at a down point. True enough, they have been down as well.
Hold on.
But
who wasn't healthy for the Ravens?
I'm about to say the same thing, CT. Who wasn't healthy for the Ravens?
Who wasn't healthy for the Ravens?
And I'll wait.
I'm not talking about the Ravens, I'm talking about the Chiefs.
No, you said no.
You said the Chiefs played teams.
They did beat them outright. I get that. I sit up and say
that. I take it the Bengals wasn't exactly healthy, right? When they played the Bengals. I mean, I give you that one, but the Bengals weren't gonna beat them anyway. The Bengals weren't gonna beat them anyway.
They almost beat them though. They almost beat them. Yes, they did. Don't do that.
Almost.
Atlanta should beat them.
Atlanta should have beat them.
Like, let's be honest. Like, how many of those games did the Chiefs presumably get help from the refs? At least two of them.
Oh, don't do that, Trey. Oh, don't do that.
Come on, man.
Don't do that, Trey. Don't do that, Trey. It wasn't like the Thursday game. It wasn't like the Thursday game. No, it wasn't like that.
So they didn't just beat the 49ers outright. They didn't just beat them.
Listen.
They didn't just beat the 49ers.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
The 49ers was down to the 4th, 5th, and 6th string receiver as their top 3 receivers, right? That was, you know what I'm saying? That's not healthy. And not to mention, so it wasn't, and they only the score. What was it in the score?
Hold on.
What was in the score?
Watch this, CC. When the Chiefs played the 49ers, who was their key receiver?
That's exactly. I'm just saying.
They still had Worthy. Kelsey.
That's it, and he's a rookie. He's a rookie. They had Worthy,
we wasn't talking about the fact that he was a rookie when he was, and so is Ricky Parasol. But you know, Ricky Parasol is the fourth receiver, which now he's probably going to be the second. He's going to be the second because the expectations that Debo's going to play. So he's going to expect to be playing in the second and as the wide receiver too. He's a rookie too, but he was selected further down the line than what Worthy was. Oh no, he wasn't.
But exactly.
That part.
Think about this, Worthy.
But in any case, it was different.
But come on, if you come in there, you the Kansas City Chiefs, and you just got Worthy and Kelsey, playing against the 49ers. You thinking it's gonna be a no? Actually, if you saw the game, the Chiefs wasn't really, like the Chiefs wasn't really on their A game, and they still scary. That's what makes them scary,
That's
man.
the problem.
If they start rolling up points, Patrick Mahomes throwing a lot of picks.
Had in my opinion, right? And of course, it's going to be frowned upon because I'm the 49er fan on the panel. In my opinion, we had better, there was no continuity. That interception, the second interception in which Brock Purdy threw was because he threw it to a receiver that he had no continuity with, and he thought the receiver was going to continue to go up the field. And
why doesn't he have continuity with him? Why doesn't he? Because they had practice in the week prior. They had
because they go with. I mean, you got come on. You game plan for with your top ones. They get more repetition.
Right, but if they knew during the week, bro, who was not playing and who was
practice and game.
But Ayuk going down was bad.
Detrimental. Yeah, that was detrimental. I get it. Ayuk going down is detrimental because we know what we all know.
Ayuk down. Debo was out. We didn't know at the time, but with pneumonia. And then Jawan Jennings has a hip injury.
I don't want to hear about no pneumonia. Michael Jordan played with the flu and still dropped it.
Nah, man. Come on, man. He had pneumonia. He went to the hospital. He went to the hospital after the game, didn't he? I saw the report.
Yeah, he went to the hospital after the game, and he was in there. He stayed in the hospital.
Pneumonia kind of serious.
So is the flu.
Pneumonia is less serious.
So is the flu.
No, bro.
Come on, man.
The flu, bro. Oh, y'all know.
The flu is like how pneumonia is like you dead. You done dead.
It's like COVID versus a cold.
Jordan,
like they were not
dropped
the
50 with the flu game. He still dropped 50.
They're not the same in no way, form.
That's not close. Pneumonia is like you about to die.
He had fluid on the lungs, like you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So it was like he was struggling, and he thought they didn't know he had pneumonia.
Did he play the whole game?
No, he only played four plays in the game, and they took him out.
They had to take him out
because he tried to go,
man.
Yeah.
So it's like completely different. But anyway, like I always say,
we're gonna have you on a respirator out there trying to play. I don't see it
on the sideline, the iron lung on the sideline. So, but so that's what I look at it when it breaks down. Like I don't know, would it have been a different game? But I do see as I watched the game, there was different nuances.
It wouldn't have been different. It wouldn't have been different. No. Man, the Chiefs are silently beating you in any way imaginable. Right now, for me, they the best team in situational football. They play the best. Like nobody's outplaying them. That's why they win in these games. Close games or not, that's why they win in every game and beating every opponent in front of them right now.
Between the two of them, they both had 5 interceptions apiece. Like neither one of them played a good game.
Yeah, neither one of them.
It was just certain things in which afforded them the opportunity and put them in position.
Let's talk about Purdy a minute because he ain't looking that good. I don't care who the receivers are. He ain't looking that good right now.
But we
gonna get on the ugliest team award in a minute, man. Those Eagles don't look good. They offense look, man, pitiful, but they still winning games.
Hold on, man. Hold on. We ain't the ugliest team award. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, come on, man. You know that offense don't look good.
But we ain't the ugliest.
Take Saquon out of the equation. Y'all struggling. You know what I'm saying?
And let's be honest, right? Like I wouldn't even take it that far. I wouldn't even take it that far because Saquon looked good against the New York Giants. Saquon has not looked great against other teams.
What?
Like 76 yards.
He's 4th in the league. How does he not look good?
He doesn't.
How's he 4th in the league? Then Dre out of 32 teams. That makes no sense. That don't coincide.
It's not even 4th in the league against 32 teams. He's 4th in the league amongst the running.
I mean, they gotta to answer Anthony right there. They gotta run him in the ground right now. They passing game is looking pitiful right now.
Hold on, our passing game ain't looking pitiful now. Hold on, Jalen Hurts is looking pitiful.
Okay. Same difference, right? He the one throwing the ball.
Because
is he not?
AJ Brown has had a touchdown in the last 3 games.
Yeah. But is he not passing it though? The guy that's passing the ball don't look good. Your passing game don't look good. I'm sorry, y'all. You can't put that no other way.
I'm just saying, man. AJ,
come on, Goat. You can't put that no other way, man.
So, if y'all was to rank our 3 quarterbacks, how would y'all rank them?
Right.
We rank what?
Our 3 quarterbacks. How would y'all rank them?
And what, like 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I gotta go.
Jalen,
Purdy.
Jalen, Dak, and Purdy. Jalen, Dak, and Purdy.
All right.
Jalen, Dak, and Purdy.
Well, I ain't got no choice but to take Dak.
All my life.
Jalen, Dak, and Purdy.
If that's the way we do it, I'm going Dak, Purdy, and Jalen right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, who got the better record?
Right now, Jalen.
The Eagles got the better record, but
it speaks for itself out of the 3. It speaks for itself.
2 weeks ago, he was what, 7 for 21? Like, who does that?
Who's the captain of the team? Who is the leader of the team? The quarterback, right?
Right.
So the record speaks for itself.
Did we just not say 2 minutes ago that the only reason they do it, whatever they do, is because they on the back of Saquon Barkley?
Are they right?
Saquon.
We are riding Saquon Barkley's coattail. Absolutely, I will agree with that 100%. But what y'all not gonna do is act like Jalen hasn't done enough to get some wins as well, because he still got to throw them touchdown passes, regardless.
Man, Barkley right now is really helping them out. I think the Eagles passing game gonna get back on track. I mean, like they ain't really had much practices together. Both wide receivers was hurt. I think it's gonna take a minute for them to get their timing down and stuff like that. And I think Jalen Hurts, if you watch him, man, he forcing it to him right now instead of letting the game come to him right now. So I think that's gonna even out eventually. I just hope. I need them to have a couple of down weeks just for the sake of my Cowboys to stay in this race right now, man. We struggling. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Dak throwing interceptions every chance he get in the red zone. I mean, he killing us in the red zone. It's like you taking touchdowns off the board with all those interceptions down there, man. So Dak got to clean that up this year. If he don't clean that up, we're going to be sitting at home. We ain't going to even make the playoffs.
So...
are you gonna say anything about Brock Purdy? Or are you gonna give any input about Brock?
Like I told you, Brock Purdy is doing exactly what we thought. Like we had to take in consideration. Brock Purdy is in a contract year. The expectation that if Brock Purdy could do anything remotely to what he has done the other 3 years he has been playing, is that he's going to be able to reset the market, right? So that's going to happen regardless because he's considered the 49ers contract quarterback. I mean, franchise quarterback. So it's just going to be once we start to get the continuity back. We know he's not getting Brandon Ayuk back, but now he has an opportunity to basically put forth some type of continuity with Ricky Parasol. Jawan Jennings is expected to come back at some part. If we get Christian McCaffrey, we don't know what that's going to look like at that point. If we get Christian McCaffrey back, because
I just
that's
thought about it too, Trey.
Yes,
about Christian McCaffrey. You know why he's out, right? He's on the front of Madden. Madden curse is back. It's back.
I always thought that too. Everybody on the cover get hurt.
You gotta take in consideration, like he has a Achilles tendonitis,
which you don't want that joker to rupture that Achilles.
Exactly. But the only thing that helps Achilles tendonitis is rest, because you have to give your Achilles tendon and your calf and all that type of stuff opportunity to kind of like
tension off. Yeah, take all that tension off.
Because even I be feeling tension from I had to look it up because I was like, why the hell is the back of I realized it's Achilles tendonitis. Like I have never ruptured my Achilles, and I have my LB ruptured his, and not too long. And of course, and it becomes problematic the older you get, because you have put a lot of wear and tear on that muscle and on that tendon. So of course they're trying to be cautious and not bring them back, because it could be anything at this point. We see what happened, the ACL tear for Brandon Ayuk. I'm very sure that's due to the fact he didn't put in any real work during the off season. He held out, he was there, but he wasn't and there we go, up jumps the boogie.
What up, Smalls? What up, dog? How about them Vikings, dog? How about them Vikings?
He said the CMC is a guy in the gym that only works upper body and not the lower body. So, I mean, so it all makes a difference. So it affects the offense. I want to apologize for my fight.
Hey, no apology needed, bro. We get it.
Right.
We totally get it, man.
So
hey, I'm gonna put it like this: Thursday wasn't y'all fault, man. Thursday we blame the zebras, man.
No, Thursday was their fault. Thursday was their fault.
No, it wasn't. No, they wasn't.
So what you're telling me is right that you honestly believe that
Sam Darnold was going to take them down the field.
He was going to take them down the field and score, and they were going to get 2-point conversion.
Do you know who Sam Darnold throwing the ball to? His name is JJ, Justin Jefferson, and that boy is nothing to play with.
So let's not forget how did you see Justin Jefferson's reaction? He was
pissed.
Those serious stuff like that. And you know what I was looking at? You know what? The game has changed because I can rest assured that if players like Marcus Peters or Ali Khalid was in the league, he wouldn't wear those chains during playing.
Wow, you talking about the gold chain, the diamond chains he be wearing?
Yeah,
he wouldn't wear that.
Well, that's some off you.
Yeah,
tackle you by him.
Tell him again, CC. He
that's off you. Tackle you by him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all a part of the playing service. Like it's part of your body.
Yeah.
Like
if it's on you, but yeah.
But to leave, you to snatch them off. Like, oh, you want to wear it? That's what you want to do? Give me that, and sit up and go with the play. So he's lucky. The game has changed. Can't beat the refs too.
You can't beat the refs. Nobody can beat the refs ever. You know what I mean?
They undefeated.
Like, the refs are truly undefeated.
They a million to zero. They undefeated.
You realize what the refs have set up and cost teams in the last 2 weeks?
They a million to zero. They have not lost a game yet. Not one. They are 1,000,000 to 0.
You know what? It's a good thing that baseball doesn't really necessarily have to rely on the refs or.
Oh man, the Dodgers doing the Yankees right now. I don't know what's up with the Yankees, man. Where the bats at, Yankees? Like where the bats at? Like you been out batted and out pitched.
I'm upset, bro. I'm sick.
Yeah,
I just talked about my Yanks, bro, and I am sick right now. Come on,
you been out batted and out pitched. It's like, come on, man. Everybody on the Yankee team swinging for the fences. It's like nobody trying to get
trying to get on base. Yeah, trying to get on base. Get on base, bro.
For real.
But the refs, man. The refs gonna do what they do, man. Being an official, I've been there, done that. You're not gonna make every call, but when you see stuff like that, you try to make the right call. I totally agree. Like we just spoke about, I feel like there's some changes that need to be made. Hopefully next season, they'll look into stuff like this and see that that type of play should be reviewable, and they'll make the corrective actions to make that happen, because that was a costly game for the Vikings.
So as we get closer to getting ready to make these picks, some things are going to be, I'm very sure, going to be very alluring to sit up and to remove us making certain picks, right? So first thing in which that would be is the simple fact that
Trey, did you read that? What'd that say?
5 games
most of the NFL.
Yeah, because they feeding him like no different from what we just said.
Ain't that his job though? But you were just saying that he wasn't the top.
He's not the top running back.
Well, we know Derek.
He is Derrick Henry, then it's Saquon Barkley. Name somebody after it before him, and I'll wait. Okay.
But Saquon doing it in the passing game and the running game, man. Like, so that's why his scrimmage yards, 100+ scrimmage yards for 5 straight games.
I got that. Facts. But Derrick Henry, then who, CC? I'll wait.
I mean, it's Saquon Barkley right now. Like who else? Who else popping right now? I was waiting
for Trey to say somebody. Trey never said a name, so I was wondering maybe you could help me.
But I know Mason is like second or third as far as rushing, right? Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason is like second or third. Second or third.
Mixon is in there too, somewhere too. And he done missed like a game or two. Joe Mixon out of Houston. He done missed.
But I like Aaron Jones. I like what he doing in Green Bay. I just don't think he get enough burn at certain parts of the game though. But when he do touch it, he effective.
They try to show love. They try to show love.
Aaron Jones is in Minnesota. If you talking about Green Bay, that's Josh Jacobs.
Oh yeah, no, Aaron Jones in Minnesota. That's what I'm talking about. My bad, wrong team. But I just don't think he get enough burn at certain points in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they lean more towards Darnold trying to get those receivers the ball sometimes. When hand the ball off to this guy and get out the way.
Yeah, Agreed.
So of course, Tua Tagovailoa is back in the fray again. He's expected to start, which is, you know what, it was interesting. I know how everyone was calling saying that he probably needs to retire. He stated that he did not receive any advice from his neurologist saying that he was in any type of peril, and that his brain had completely healed, and there wasn't going to be any issue. So he's back again. And Hill said he's back, glad to see him again. That he's like almost brought him to tears in reference of that he's going to be back because they haven't did anything. Him nor Waddle have good productive offensive series since he's been gone. In which I look at it as just like how they try to say that Jerry Jones saying that their offense is ineffective is basically a shot at the coach in McCarthy.
Yep.
It's the same thing in which you hear the Tyreek Hill saying, because he's saying they haven't been productive since he's been gone. That's basically talking about Skylar Thompson and Snoop Huntley, that they haven't been able to move the ball, hence the reason why they haven't been able to get a W. So maybe they're due today for that. We'll basically see.
I don't know. Look, Tua, I'm not gonna say he should. Well, I thought he should retire, but he clearly making this choice. Him and the Dolphins, we know why both of those got a business interest aligned, right? The NFL, you know, a few weeks ago when the NFL said that they was gonna stay out of it, when the NFL washed their hands of it, they tell you right there that they ain't want no responsibility, no liability, no part of it whatsoever. If Tua make that decision to get back on that field and get another concussion, man, like. I think Tua, he a player. He want to play. Players want to play. So he ain't gonna take no advice. He ain't hearing no advice other than how I get back out there. For the Dolphins, it's like, yo, we just gave you this money. We got to get you back out there. So, you know, I just hope the young man don't keep getting laid out like that. Like at some point, you get laid out a couple of more times, you got to think about wrapping it up.
I agree, man. That injury, that many concussions, man, that early in your career is just, it's sad, man, because you just don't want to see stuff like that happen. But again, when you love the sport of football like he does, I'm sure, and like a lot of players do, you know what I'm saying? I just heard this weekend on Saturday that a college player, forget what school, he had been advised to pretty much in his college career as a quarterback, because he had suffered too many concussions. And that last one in which he took, the doctors basically said, hey, it's probably time for you to hang it up. And so he's retired from football in college. Mm-hmm. So he will not play another college football game. But it's hard when you love the game, but you got to love yourself more. And when it's all said and done, because when that one hit may be the hit that takes you out from the game permanently in a way in which you wouldn't want to be taken out. So, you know, my prayers go out to, you know, Tua Tagovailoa, and hopefully he doesn't have to suffer another hard hit like that. But at that position, it's hard not to. It's hard to avoid. But we'll see. Did they say they did say he's starting today against Arizona?
He's starting.
So they playing in Miami. I'm sure he's going to get a huge ovation from the fans and stuff like that, being that they're playing at home. So it's going to be a huge. But I wish Tua all the luck, man. I know how it feels when you don't want to give up the sport of football. You still have that passion. You still have that love for the game, but because of medical reasons, it has you questioning on whether or not you should or not. But is what it is.
A couple of other starts, of course, that's coming up. One particular in which I'm very sure is going to draw a lot of conversation from us. Jaden Daniels is expected to play after he did not play the beginning of last week after going out with a
and I still won in my fantasy, bro, with Jaden Daniels getting put out of the game, and I still won him in fantasy. He got me like 5-6 points, bro, before he was put out, and I still won that week. But go ahead, man.
I was looking at that the other day. I was like, he took me over in this league. I was like, it's okay. We gonna see that. But Jaden Daniels is expected to get the
So what I just saw, they just said that. That's why I've been looking back and forth because I'm trying to see if I want to play him or not. Because I know lightning striking in the bottle twice, man. I might just pull him anyway because I just don't know because it's a rib injury. It's a rib injury.
Correct.
Yeah. So, but they're saying right now that it looks as though he's going to play. It looks as though he's going to.
Would you? Because he said he know it's not. He said he's ready to go, but he said it's not his decision.
Right.
If you were the decision maker, is Jaden Daniels playing today?
They're playing Chicago in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams is like 2 touchdowns from tying the rookie record for touchdowns as a rookie in Chicago, the franchise record. Man, and then they just lost last week, didn't they? Did they? No, they won. They won 40-7. No, they won big with him, but they played the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Played the Panthers. We all know what the Panthers is dealing with.
Panthers is everybody's doorstep this year.
I don't know, man. CC, Trey, I probably sit him out one more week.
Yeah, 1 more week. I think it ain't worth playing him right now. You're gonna need him to later on down the line for more meaningful games.
Yeah, because let me see something. Because have they ain't even had their bye yet, huh? They buy us next week.
Oh, so they good. Well, I still would sit him.
I would sit him. No, it ain't.
Okay, I was gonna say if you got a bye week.
They play the Giants next week. They play the Giants next week. Week 9. No, they play Giants.
Another game in which their player is going to be who's not going to be playing. So my question is, y'all, does it make a difference in this case? In this the game, the Bengals versus the Eagles, in which Higgins will be out due to a quad injury.
Right.
Is this going to make a difference? Is this going to have any impact, in your opinion, on the game?
T. Higgins?
Jamar Chase still playing, right?
Chase is still playing.
It's not going to have that much of an impact. It's not going to have that much of an impact.
It's going to have a major impact because now they could double Chase. With T. Higgins off the field, they're going to double. Well, anytime Chase is on the field, he's going to get double anyway. But now you don't have another threat with T out the lineup. In my opinion, yeah. I think it plays a factor. I think because T. Higgins.
I think Chase gonna have a decent game today, double teams and all. I think he gonna have a decent game. I ain't gonna say he gonna wow, but I think he gonna have a decent game, especially in Chase is more effective, man. When they get close to that end zone, you can just throw it up to him or a quick cut or whatever. Him and Burrow seem to be on that same page when it comes to those that red zone ball. So that's what I look for.
Days. Yeah, they still bopping off that LSU time frame. Yeah.
And of course, the last one before we get into the picks, the Dallas Cowboys have decided to activate running back Dalvin Cook to the 53-man roster. He will be suited up and ready to go today. Do we see that? What's the over under? What's y'all over under on how many touches Dalvin Cook gets?
Oh, he's gonna get quite a few.
I say he's gonna get 10 touches.
10 or more? 10 or more? No, 10, no more.
I think he's gonna get about 10 touches.
10 plus or 10 under? What's the over under? 10 over under.
I'm going 10 under.
You said 10 under. You too, Bishop?
He's starting?
No, he's not starting. They just said he's activated.
Yeah, he probably get 10 under.
10 under.
Yeah. We don't run the ball that much, man. So we gonna throw it to him he gonna catch more passes than he gonna have running play because we don't run the ball that much. I don't know why we don't. We can't run the ball basically.
But this might be the time in which y'all can try to find out if y'all can with Dalvin.
But the offensive line got to block somebody in order for that to happen, and they ain't done that all season. And when it comes to the running game, like the offensive line not firing off to block nobody. Well, they ain't opening no holes.
We talking Zeke washed.
But they ain't opening no holes. Like for Dowdle, for Zeke, for anybody, where you gonna go when the defense is already in the backfield? You getting hit tackle for loss nearly every time you touch it.
I feel you.
He says that Zeke is the third down back.
And Dallas got who today? Oh, y'all. That's right.
Yeah, that's gonna be Both teams need a win, so hopefully we got some
that part. That part. Oh, is that the late? Oh, that is the late game.
Yeah, that's the late game.
That's the night buster. Let
Both
go.
team records were supposed to be better than this going into this game,
Right.
So I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, that part.
I don't know what's going on.
That part, bro. Let go.
So as we get ready to get into these picks for this week, what we do know is, like you said last week, Bishop was the front runner as we discussed earlier. But here we have it. As you see in front of us, where we was for our week 7. Yeah. But like I stated today earlier, I am going to lead off with every pick, so that way it can't be said that I'm sandbagging, because I definitely would do that. It's a strategy of mine that I use very effective.
It ain't effective enough, obviously.
So of course, knowing that. So let's see who we got starting off for this week.
Ooh, hold on, Jameis is starting today? Oh, he started last week, didn't he? He started last week.
No, he came in and played last week when Deshaun Watson went down, right? He came
in. That's right. Yeah, that's right. He felt that. Yeah, they booed. The crowd booed him. That's right. Which was very, very Cleveland fans.
I think it's a better move for Cleveland. At least we know he gonna throw it downfield. We don't know which team he gonna throw it to, but we know he gonna throw it downfield.
But CC, Cleveland, y'all are very disrespectful. Y'all have no type of yeah. You don't boo somebody for an injury.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have everybody in that joker, man. They would get they pass taken. You would never be.
Fans are getting carried away with that.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't boo nobody. I don't care how bad a person playing. You don't boo them when they get hurt, man.
Right.
So people talk about booing that we not booing the person. We booing the player or his play or whatever. It don't matter. You boo when
you're booing when he injured.
Yeah, you don't do that.
So, 8 games on the slate for the early games. Starting out with Philadelphia versus Cincinnati.
That ain't the first game.
The 12 o'clock game from my schedule it is.
Who is it?
I say Philadelphia and them Cincinnati Bengals. I said on my schedule is Green Bay and Jaguars. Let me do it, and you can still be first, Trey. Let me do it. You still can be first. As I like how they got it set up here. So let's get this slate running, baby. Y'all know what time it is. Week 8 in NFL Sunday football. And it's about time to make the picks. And you know your boy right here, aka Bishop. Go. Let's get it. NFL Week 8. Let's go. So we have the Green Bay Packers and love. Can y'all get that man some love going up against Sunshine in Jacksonville Jaguars. Trey, Packers. Jacksonville Jaguars. Who you got?
I am taking the I'm going with Green Bay in this one. Usually, in which I think is a offset, or it was no one that really had a clear advantage, I would go with the home team. So that home team would be Duval. But in this case, I think Jordan Love is starting to regain what he started out with the season. He defeated the Eagles or the first game of the season. And I think they're starting to pick up. Josh Jacobs is pretty good as a running back. He has a quartet of receivers to choose from, although all of them don't show up at the same time, but a couple of them showed up on time. So in this case, I'm taking Green Bay.
All right. We got the Packers for Trey. CC, you got love for the Green Bay Packers, or you got love for the Jaguars?
I hate to say it, but I'm going with the Packers too. Because they harassed CJ Stroud last week. They was all over him. I didn't know that defense played like that for Green Bay. But yeah, I'm taking Green Bay defense over whatever offense Jacksonville can muster.
Okay. So we got 2 for the Packers. Sunshine, he looked like he's trying to do a little something here and there. But I got to show love where love is due. And I got to go with the Green Bay Packers, man. I got to go with Green Bay. Even though they traveling into Jacksonville, Duval, I got to give love to the Pack. I feel like the Pack is going to make it happen. In Jaguars, I think they still try to figure it out. So give me the Packers. Next, we just talked about this young man. Prayers for this young man as he continues his NFL career. The Arizona Cardinals versus Tua and the Miami Dolphins. Y'all know about Kyler Murray, them boys over there. This might be somewhat of a game here, guys. This might be somewhat of a game. So Trey, you said you wanted it first. Who you got, Kyler Murray or Tua Tagovailoa?
I am going with Tua and his band of misfits out in Miami. Of course, we still know they have Devin Archain that is there. They got Mossert that is there. They got Tyreek Hill. They got Waddle. And this, I think, with Tua back at the helm, they're going to be effective. We haven't seen them in a while. Hence the reason why I think it's going to be like a shock and awe moment. Of course, we know what Kyler Murray brings to the table, but I don't know if that's going to be enough in this one. Not to mention the fact that where they at? Where's that game at? Where are they playing at home? And they're in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah, they're in Miami.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Miami.
So before I go to CC, I'm gonna pick before CC this time. Tua, I think this is the first game back. Even though it's in Miami, I still believe in Kyler Murray, and I still believe in in what they're out there to do. I believe Arizona gonna travel to Miami and upset Tua in Miami. I'm taking Arizona and Kyler Murray and them to get a dub out there in Miami. CC, who you got, bro?
I was taking the Cardinals too because for some of the same reasons. I think Tua been out a minute. He gonna be a little nervous back there with the pressure coming in his face here and there. I think he go through a couple of picks because of that, and I see the Cardinals walking away with the dub in that one.
Good pick. Next on the slate, we have that what they so-called bad man, as in Stephen A would say on First Take. The New York Jets going over there to see that young man, because I believe he's still starting right there out there in the Patriots, right? Drake May. Drake May is still, so may he do something well today versus that bad man? Trey, Jets, Patriots, who you got?
This is a no-brainer for me. It's the New York Jets. Although both teams are in flux, I think when you look at it from a media standpoint and having a lot going on in their locker rooms, but let's be honest, one team has more weapons, is more equipped to get a dub under just about any quarterback than the other, in which that is the New York Jets. The New England Patriots are a little have a little stuff going on. Of course, we know with Jared Mayo, they were playing soft, and they wasn't so maybe the wrong choice of words to try to regalvanize your squad. But I think the New York Jets have an opportunity to get back on track against a New England team that's kind of like on the downside this early. So I think it's going to be easy. The New York Jets get the victory.
Okay. CC, Drake May, Aaron Rodgers in that bad man. Jets, Patriots. Who you got?
I don't like neither one of these teams, but I gotta pick one. I gotta pick one, and I'm gonna take the dysfunctional Jets. I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers in this one. I say it's gonna be a field goal game in my opinion, because both teams can play some defense. So I think that's gonna be a factor. But I think Aaron Rodgers just get a couple of more field goals than Drake.
Not to mention Hassan Reddick is back.
That part. And that's why I'm taking the Jets, because Hassan Reddick has finally made terms with the Jets front office. So this is his first game back. And then, of course, it's
hey, week 2 with Devontae Adams, man.
That's what I was about to say. It's a matter of time before him and Devontae Adams find that chemistry again. That's what I'm trying to get to. Him and Devontae Adams get that chemistry back. It's a problem. And the Patriots ain't going to be able to do nothing about it. So I'm taking the Jets. Let's go. Now, the next game. Right now, this team is riding on the high, man. They doing their thing out there. These Baltimore Ravens MVP candidate for sure, and Lamar Jackson. But he also has a running mate out there in Derrick Henry who thinks he should be on the MVP battle, who a lot of people want to put Derrick Henry on the MVP battle alongside Lamar Jackson. And then we just talked about Jameis Winston and them Cleveland Browns. We know the dog pound is a bunch of puppies right now. They're a bunch of puppies. They ain't even dogs. But with that being said, we got the Ravens, the Browns. Trey, who you got?
This is another easy one for the simple matter. Like, of course, the Browns might have a new player that's been there for a while that's back in the fray. That being Nick Chubb. If he continued to get close to what he was doing, averaging 5 yards a carry for his entire career. But like you just said, Baltimore is it's like basically like Teen Titan Go versus the DC universe. It's not going to be anywhere close to anything. I'll be surprised. Not anything to say about James Winston, but as CC mentioned already, we already know him as 30 for 30, and we don't know what we're gonna get at this point. So this one is, you know, saying an easy one. Or he may surprise us. We know what Cleveland did last year, going through four quarterbacks all the way to a playoff. Let's not forget that Stefanski is a two-time coach of the year. So it's not like they can't turn it around. I just don't think today is the day they do it. I'm going with Baltimore.
CC, Ravens, Browns.
Oh man, the old regime versus the new one, huh? The Ravens. So I'm going with the Ravens, just barely though. I think those AFC North games are always tough. Yeah, I think Cleveland gonna show up today. The players gonna show up to play against their rivals, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I just think the Ravens gonna find a way to win that game.
Okay. So for me, man, like Trey said, I think this is an easy pick, even though it is, you know, we know about the conference games and stuff like that. It may be closer than we think, but a part of me feels like that's what, you know, any given Sunday, man, the games that you really, really think should be an easy pick is never an easy pick, y'all. Is never an easy pick. But with that being said, you got two MVP candidates over there on the Ravens. You got to go with that team. Baltimore is flying high. They, you know, the close game that they did lose against the Kansas City Chiefs by a toenail. I got to go with the Ravens, man. The Ravens is the team to beat right now. In my opinion, if we talked about what they was talking about on First Take a few days ago, who's the scariest team right now in the NFL? In my opinion, it's the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm taking the Ravens. Next, 12 o'clock game, we have them Philadelphia Eagles, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and that amazing defense over there versus Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, without a T. Higgins, though. Without a T. Higgins. And them Cincinnati Bengals, Philly flies to Ohio to play Cincinnati. Trey, who you got? Be careful what you say, though.
Of course, in this one, based on what we have seen is what I'm going off of. And in any case, with that being said, I'm rocking with the Philadelphia Eagles on this game. It's like we talked about, right? We can't omit the fact that they have the double-headed a duel in Smith and Brown. And then you have a Goddard who was out actually. And then you have, of course, we just discussed earlier the running back prowess in Saquon Barkley. So that when you put it up against the running back by committee in the running back by committee in Cincinnati, with now just all they have is Gesicki and what's Chase, Jamar Chase, is not going to be enough. So I'm taking the Eagles in this one.
Well, let me go ahead and go. Let me get mine out the way because y'all already know what it is. Y'all see it right there. Y'all see it. Y'all already know what it. I ain't got to do a whole lot of talking because I said what I had to say when I said A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts. I've already said enough when I said that. I said what I had to say. Y'all see this? That's an NFC championship shirt with all the names on the back. Y'all can't see it right now, but there it is. All the names on the back. So you know I'm fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Man, stop it. I'm taking the Bengals in this one.
Oh!
And the reason why I'm taking the Bengals in this one is because of that right there, that fly, Eagles fly. They ain't flown yet. Like they passing game has been grounded. So I don't think that's going to change because they played against the Bengals. The Bengals going to drop 4-5 touchdowns on them real quick in this game. Watch and see what happens, people.
The audacity. Oh my God, you act like our defense is trash, CC. You can say what you want to say about our offense, but what you fail to realize, our defense is not trash, bro. But what
didn't say they was trash, just said the Bengals
gonna drop 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't think anybody scored that many points on us all season. But okay, you saying they're gonna be the first. Remember that, Trey. You remember he said that when we come back. All right, next we have is well, I'll ask here in a minute. We have the Indianapolis Colts going out into Houston, Texas. Bro, we got two high-powered quarterbacks. Is Richardson playing this game?
Yeah, he's playing.
Anthony Richardson back. Okay. And CJ Stroud, Joe Mixon. Woo, this might be a barn burner right here. Indianapolis and Richardson versus Houston, Texas, and CJ Stroud. Who you got, Trey?
So this is what I initially thought was going to be a hard one, but when I thought back to the case, I don't think it's going to be that hard. I'm taking the Houston Texans in this one, basically based on the fact that the Texans are playing at home. Although they are void without that man who is really the bad man, I think in this case, that being Nico Collins. But they are at home. They do have Diggs. They do have a Mixon. They do have Tank Dale. So we probably could see some upside. I think the Colts are just a couple of plays away from having Richardson sitting on the sideline again, and then have to believe in Flacco, in which I think that the Texans will have the remedy for that. So I'm going with the Texans.
CC Colts, Texans, holla at your boy.
I'm going Texans in this one, but like I said, probably by a field goal. It's not going to be much of a gap. Another divisional game where the Colts going to bring it. They're going to give it all they got. I just think they're going to fall a little short. I think Stroud and the rest of them boys are a little bit better than what the Colts going to put out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Richardson, Stroud, Mixon. This is going to be a game, man. I really feel like this is going to be a real good game. I got to go with CJ though, because right now, which this game has just kicked off, Houston got the ball first, and in the Philly-Cincinnati game, Cincinnati got the ball first. I gotta go with Houston. I think the Texans is gonna do enough. They at home. I feel like they'll do what they need to do to get a win at home. They love playing at home. Give me the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 12, also our time, Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is that's going on right now. We have the Tennessee Titans and Levis, who we know somebody on here who's highly of this dude Levis. And then we got Jared Goff and them Detroit Lions. Trey, we know what the Lions is doing. A lot of people riding on the Lions. A lot of people think the Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL right now.
Didn't they bench Levis though?
Did they bench him? Levis? Did they bench him? I don't know. Did they?
Yeah, he's benched.
Oh, did he get benched?
I thought Levis was benched.
Okay, did he? Okay, if he got benched. All right, so Tennessee, Detroit. Hey, who you got?
So again, this is from my opinion, it's another no-brainer. When you look at this, the Tennessee Titans are going with Rudolph to start. A different change, probably an upgrade, definitely without a doubt. But we have to take into consideration those Detroit Lions are a top 10 team in offense and defense. That kind of evens out. That put them in the top tier. I don't believe it's going to be a problem at all. I'm taking the Detroit Lions. Sure, you said.
CC, who you got, bro?
Lions. No explanation needed in that game. Lions.
Too easy, and I'm with CC. There's nothing to even talk about until Tennessee do something. When they lost Derrick Henry, they wasn't nothing to talk about with Tennessee no more. So I'm going with the Lions. Jared Goff, I feel like they're gonna do what they need to do, get a win in Detroit. They playing in the Motor City, so it is what it is. Detroit, it is. Moving right along, we have the last early game, and we got that. You like that? You like that? You like that? Atlanta Falcons versus that boy out there in Tampa Bay. They said Baker Mayfield, who's baking up cakes and doing all these things out there in the buck. But is Mike Evans back? Because if he's not,
he is not.
Problem. It could be a problem. So we have the Atlanta Falcons versus them Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Trey, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, who you got?
So this is an easy one for this fact, just specifically because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now currently without Mike Davis. They're without a Chris Goddard. That is again, we have a situation where the top two the wide receivers on our team are not available, in which we have seen that has been detrimental to the said team. I already believe that Atlanta was an up and coming squad, and I think they're going to start to get their footing. And it's unfortunate it's going to start off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I'm taking, unfortunately, begrudgingly, I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, he's taking Atlanta. CC. Mike Evans is gone. Tampa Bay, Atlanta.
A part of me still want to take the Bucs because they're at home, but I took Atlanta the last time they played, so I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with the Falcons and Kirk Cousins. I think they're gonna go into Tampa and get the win.
Man, this is a hard one, man. I'll say, okay, so he taking Atlanta, Trey taking Atlanta. Can Baker and them do it without Mike Evans? A part of me, like CC, want to take Bucs because of the fact that they're in Tampa Bay. But without two key receivers, man, without Godwin and Mike, I just don't know if he's able to do it without it, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the ATism. I'm gonna go with the ATism and see what, if you like that, can do what he said. You see if we can get him to say that again on the road with Tampa Bay. So with that being said, moving right along, we got them. Who that nation? Who that say they're gonna beat them Saints? A lot of people.
Everybody.
A lot of people. But who that nation versus them Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sorry, I'm so used to them being in San Diego. Saints, Chargers. We already know what it is. Trey, who you got?
I'm going with the Los Angeles Chargers only because the Rattler experience hasn't been the best, but of course we have to take in consideration once again out without his top receivers. I'm not sure if Chris Olave is going to be available this week, but they are without Rashid Shaheed, who was the leading receiver for them as well as in the NFL. Him and Chris Goddard going back and forth, but he's without him because he's done for the season. So I don't know Alvin Kamara just got his money. Is that going to be enough for him to galvanize him? What we have seen is once players get their money, they tend to regress a little bit. So I don't know where we're going to go with that. But in this case, I'm taking Harbaugh and his coaching for the Los Angeles Chargers.
So I'm going to pick first before CC this time. I'm taking the Chargers because Spencer Rattler, I just got a bad taste in my mouth about Spencer Rattler. I don't like him.
This guy.
I don't like Spencer Rattler. So I'm taking the Chargers. I believe in Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh is a good coach. We know he's a national championship head coach. I feel like he's gonna do something with these Chargers. I think it's just gonna take some time for him to do what he needs to do with these Chargers. So give me Harbaugh and the Chargers, man. CC, Saints, Chargers.
Same here. Make that 3 straight across. Chargers. Saints just don't have enough to compete right now. It don't matter who the quarterback is right now. They just don't have enough on offense to compete. Kamara can't do it all by himself. So give me the Chargers.
Okay. Now, second late game for today, 3:05 our time, 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. We have the Buffalo Bills. Again, another team, Josh Allen. A lot of people feel he is a MVP candidate as well, who is playing great ball out there against them Seattle Seahawks. They're going over it, but they're going to the 12th man nation. They're going over to the 12th man nation. So, Buffalo. In Buffalo, they don't have it. They key wide receiver no more, but they still been making it happen. Josh Allen, Seattle. Who you got, Trey?
So this one is probably the roughest ones that I thought about. But what we have to take into consideration is that I think Jared Allen is a little more composed and ready for the moment than the Geno Davis is. Geno Smith. Geno is. So with that being said, I'm taking Buffalo in this one. I'm thinking that now that Shakir having someone to take off a little of the heat from him, he's going to be probably more effective than Amari Cooper potentially is, and it's going to be and it's going to end up helping out as well in their run game for James Cook. So I think Buffalo is poised to kind of like make a push to try and like make their way towards Kansas City and be a formidable foe. So I'm taking Buffalo.
CC, Bills, Seahawks.
Man, every time I've taken the Seahawks, they've lost. I'm gonna go with the Bills because I don't think the Seahawks defense is ready for this new combination of Amari Cooper and Josh Allen. I think they're gonna show you something else. They showed you last week. They showed you last week what it could be. I think Amari Cooper getting the end zone a couple more times this week.
I forgot they just got Amari. That's right. They did just get Amari. Forgot he just got it over there. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm with CC. I gotta go with Buffalo with Amari, Cooper, and Josh Allen. And Josh was already doing it without Amari. So you imagine with Amari, what are you about to make happen? So yeah, let me get them Buffalo Bills, man. Let me get them Bills. Let's get the Bills going. Still scoreless right now. Looks like Houston about to get points on the board with a field goal.
Miami just scored.
Yeah, Miami scored. Atlanta scored already.
Atlanta already scored too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah. So with that being said, oh, hold on, my bad. They just moved. Yeah. Oh, I had to update everything. So you're right. Atlanta scored. Lions scored already. Yeah. The Lions have scored.
Montgomery scored a touchdown already.
Yeah, Miami scored. All right. So next up, we already did the ball. This game right here, man. This game right here might be a big one. I think this is one of the best games on the slate today. Even though one of these teams is irrelevant to me, but it's still one of the biggest games today because of who is the quarterback in this game or quarterbacks in this game. We have the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams versus, y'all know that boy right there. Y'all know that man out there in Washington, bro. Y'all know that man out there in Washington, Jaden Daniels, man. They say he gonna start. They say he gonna get it some run. We got two rookies facing off in Washington, though. In Washington, keep that in mind. But we do know Jaden Daniels is nursing a rib injury. So, Trey, your so-called saver from USC, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, visiting that bad man in Jaden Daniels, who they say could be the rookie of the year.
The last two Heisman Trophy winners, right?
Correct.
Facts. That part. Washington Commanders and Jaden Daniels. Trey, Bears, Commanders. Who you got?
So I have went through a bevy of emotions and thinking about who this game was going to be. But then I did end up settling somebody. But even just as I believe I settled on somebody, I get another emotion. The Chicago Bears are 4-2 for the season, but they're 0-2 away when it comes to playing outside, playing from their home stadium. And then on the flip side of that, the Washington Commanders are 3-0 with a 5-2 overall record, 3-0 when playing at home. But the difference is those 3 wins have came with they just scored, huh?
Yeah,
that came those
DC just said Jamar Chase.
The wins in which Washington have came with the healthy Jaden Daniels, and so now it's a little bit different. The change that the tide has turned, and with that turning of the tide, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Chicago Bears, but grudgingly. But what we have to take in consideration is Caleb Williams has been doing a great job, no different from Daniels, but he's also coming off of a bye, so I'm going with the Bears.
CC, like you say, two Heisman, 2 rookies, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is 2 touchdowns away from tying the record from touchdowns in Chicago as a rookie. Who you got?
This is pure hate for the Commanders that I'm going with the Bears. I mean, nothing else to be said. Like, they are biggest, like, let's face it, Cowboys, Commanders, this rivalry go back a long time. I cannot ride with it, So the Bears are going to win, but it's going to be an ugly game. They're going to make it ugly, and they're going to win something like 22-20 or something. But it's going to be ugly.
So my 2 constituents have decided on these Bears. I don't know what they see in this cat and Caleb Williams. He almost on the same level as that damn Spencer Rattler out there in New Orleans, in my opinion. So with that being said, I'm riding the horse on Jaden. I'm taking Jaden in Washington, baby. So let's go, Jaden Daniels. Please stay healthy, man. I took you out my lineup because I just don't know what the hell you may do. I don't know that rib injury. I just don't know. But I'm still sticking with the Commanders. They won 40-7 last week, but again, it was against the Panthers. I get that, but they still got a big dub. They showed that they played the Panthers by putting up 40 points without a Jaden Daniels. So if they could do without Jaden and with Jaden, I'm with that. So give me the Commanders. All right, then the next 3:25 our Central Standard Time, 4:25 Eastern Standard Time. Kansas City Chiefs and that bad man, as they say of now, for the Millennium bad man and Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, who just acquired a new addition to their team. Now, is he playing today? Have they stated whether or not DeAndre Hopkins is
expected to play?
He's expected to play. So he may not get a lot of burn because he just now got there, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday of this week. He just got there. But they're playing the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. Trey, Chiefs, Raiders. Who you got?
So on any other week, I probably would have went against the status quo and chose the Raiders because I believe that Antonio Pierce would have that kryptonite for the Chiefs. But this week, I need every win I can get. So I'm going to stay on the right side of what everyone else is going to do. And I'm going to take what's going on, B-Bob. I'm going to
what's up with it?
I'm going to take
what up,
You taking the Chiefs? All right.
Yeah.
CC, Kareem Hunt. We just talked about Kareem Hunt, all of that over there with DeAndre Hopkins. Gonna get a little burn over there, but we do need they down 2-3 receivers out there in Kansas City. Can Las Vegas show up the Kansas City Chiefs and give the Kansas City the only undefeated team in the NFL is the Kansas City Chiefs? CC, only undefeated team. Can the Raiders
and they stay undefeated? Let's just cut it. They stay undefeated. This is why they're gonna stay undefeated. The Raiders was able to beat them last year with nobody because just off of sheer effort and sheer push. But I don't think that's the same Kansas City Chiefs squad that you see this year. This defense is different, and I think they're going to shut the Raiders down. I don't think the Raiders going maybe 10 points from the Raiders today, but that's about it.
Okay. Man, we already know. We've talked about MVP candidates from Lamar Jackson to, Derrick Henry's to the Joe Burrows, Jaden Daniels, a lot of people. But one of the front runners is this guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes. Like they say, these guys, they are undefeated. Yes, have they got some ugly wins? They have. But the key word is their wins. Their wins. And ain't nothing you can do about it when it's all said and done. They got the dub. I got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs until they show me differently. I'm going Kansas City. Next, we have at 3:25 Central Standard Time, 4:25 Eastern Standard Time, we have the Carolina Panthers. They should be called Carolina Pups, because they're not doing well at all. Versus Bo Nix and them Denver Broncos in Mile High Stadium. Trey, Denver, Carolina, who you rocking with?
So I really, really, really thought about taking the Panthers, although now Bryce Young is back in the fold due to the fact that Andy Dalton has a sprained thumb after going through a car accident this past week. So he's going to get the start. The Panthers are still without Adam Thielen, who is one of his go-to, either go-to, whether it be Bryce or Dalton. They do still have Deontay Johnson, but for whatever reason, he is not being utilized in the best. They have Mingo, they have Leggett, but I don't think they're utilizing them as well, in which amounts to the Broncos are going to be forceful and I believe that they're going to be exploited. I'm taking Denver.
CC.
Denver, even though Bo Nix is more of a game manager than putting up a lot of points on the board, I'm taking Denver in this game because I have no faith in the Panthers. Bryce Young, I don't know. He might still be rattled from getting his job taken in the first place. So I don't know if he sat enough time behind Dalton to pick up anything. So, it's Denver for me.
So Sean Payton in Denver, Sean Payton got his quarterback in which he wanted out of Bo Nix. That's what they got right now. But Bryce Young, they have still yet to give him any help out there in Carolina. So I feel like him sitting behind Andy Dalton is not showing that they're doing anything differently in that fact. So I'm going to go with Bo Nix, Sean Payton, and the Denver Broncos in Mile High Stadium and see what they got. This game right here, y'all, 7:20. Prime time.
Woo.
Prime
Yeah,
time.
man.
We have Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, and them Dallas Cowboys. Two of my constituents right here, both fans, one of the San Francisco 49ers and the other one of the Dallas Cowboys, versus Brock Purdy, without a Debo, without a Christian McCaffrey, without a without an Ayuk, playing in San Francisco. I am wondering who these gentlemen are going to pick. Trey is going to be first because he's asked to be first the entire time. Trey, Cowboys, 49ers, prime time. Who you got?
So, unbeknownst to what y'all had stated last week, in which to keeping it real when it comes to our teams, I thought about, should I choose against my own team? At this point, we're the losing team going into this game at a 3-4, 2-2 when it comes to division. We face off against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 500 in overall, plus undefeated in their division, right? So looking at that and all the things in which you said, and bring it up that we are lack of offensive weapons, the weapon X in Christian McCaffrey is not around. Right before we get ready to go into a bye week, we have this game after just losing a tough one in Kansas City. We are San Francisco, and I am rocking with those 49ers all day, every day. Let's go.
Which was
go Rush, baby. Go bloody.
Of course, I'm going to go do CC now because that's his team, the Cowboys. CC, Cowboys, 49ers. I feel like this is a easy pick for you, but rivalry on the horizon. Absolutely, Bobby. Absolutely. We know how far this rivalry goes. CC, Dallas travels to San Francisco. Who you got?
I think it's finally our time. I'm going with the Cowboys. Man. I think we're gonna show some heart today, especially. They already say we some bullies, so we got to beat up on them while they down. I think it's gonna be our chance to just. I think we can make this not even close if we come in with the right attitude. But Cowboys in this one.
Okay. So it's funny, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, help me out, right, CC, right? This gentleman over here to my left on my screen, right? Earlier, he said something in regards to the fact about Tampa Bay not having Mike Evans, not having Godwin, all these people, and he chose Atlanta, right? Atlanta. Right now, that game is tied 7-7, just so y'all know. Tampa Bay and Atlanta 7-7. Tied up. But he chose Atlanta because of the fact they had so many people out for Tampa Bay. Yet, I just mentioned all the people in which San Francisco had out, which were key players, better than Ayuk, Debo, and Christian McCaffrey. But yet he still chose them 49ers. There's no way I'm picking the 49ers. Give me Dallas Cowboys, man. Ain't no way. What all the people missing? Dallas, if y'all lose this game, man, CC, I'm not picking Dallas no more.
Right.
I don't care who they play.
Hey, who you telling? They're going to have me talking like Trey. Well, I was going to go with it.
I'm not picking them guys no more, bro. I promise you, bro. All right, man. So that was all the games for today. Last but not least, Monday's game. The New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers with Russell Wilson. Because he came in and did something last week. He made you think, Justin, it might be you, bro. Might just be you, because I can come in here and pick these boys apart. And he did that. So we got the New York Giants traveling to Pittsburgh. Trey, who you got? Giants, Steelers. Leg out.
So first and foremost, I'd like to say that's probably a little bit unfair to Justin when you take into consideration that Russell Wilson is has been to 2 Super Bowls, a multitude of NFC Championship games. He's experienced in all that, and so he is probably a little bit better set to handle the helm than what Justin Fields is. But now Justin Fields has an opportunity to be a student, and hopefully he takes heed and does that. What we did see is that Justin didn't do enough of throwing the ball down the field. We saw Russell Wilson, once he was able to settle in, like you just said, pick him apart. So it's just one of those things. But on the flip side of that, when I look at the New York Giants, I think the New York Giants are what we saw in the Detroit Lions a couple of years ago, to where the Detroit Lions, even though they didn't have much, but they would still fight. And I think that's what New York has. They still have a lot of fight in them. Unfortunately, it's not turning into wins. And I don't think that's going to be any different this week. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Once it's all said and done, Russell Wilson is on the come up, and is fortunate that he gets after his performance last week. It's fortunate that he gets a team like the New York Giants on paper to look like they're going to be able to do something. So I'm going with the Giants. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, boy, listen.
I was like, oh, that's you taking the Giants? What?
I know, right? Boy, all right, CC, who you going with, bro?
I'm going with the Steelers because I was a fan of keeping Justin Fields, and then if you take the chance on Russell Wilson, it had to show you something different. And I think Russell Wilson showed Justin Fields even that if you throw that ball up to Pickens, man, you gave yourself a chance. Like, and Justin Fields didn't do that once that I've seen, from what I've seen them play. But it's got to be a good feeling for Pickens that somebody actually realizing that, hey, we can move the ball down the field in these ways. And because of that, I'm thinking Tomlin might be coach of the year. He just might end up coach of the year this year if Pittsburgh keep doing what they're doing. So I'm taking the Steelers in this one. Oh, and TJ Watt. You can't forget about Hightower's back. Hightower came back last week. And did you see that Pittsburgh defense? Like, they tough up front and in the secondary. Like, Porter and those guys can play. And Fitzpatrick and what's his name? Fitzpatrick. They can play. Yeah. Micah Fitzpatrick, they can play.
Micah Fitzpatrick, they can play. I gotta go with the Steelers, man. It's a 3-way on this one. Pittsburgh. I gotta take Pittsburgh, man, because like you said, I don't agree with Trey in regards to Justin Fields. I do feel like Justin Fields, if Russell could do it, I understand Russell is a veteran, but if Russell can do it, so should be able Justin Fields, because he had the same amount of protection. It ain't like the line changed at all. It's just bad reads on Justin. And whereas Russell, his experience and his expertise showed in that game, and that now with Justin behind him, he's going to learn a lot behind Russell Wilson. But I feel like it's enough. I feel like Russell's going to get it done in Pittsburgh too. His first game as the starting QB in Pittsburgh. Boy, they should have so much love for Russell out here and out in Pittsburgh Stadium. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that, there you have it. There is our Week 8 picks for First Formation, baby. Make sure y'all.
I need a good week this week. Come on, teams. I need a good week this week.
Write it down, jot it down, because it's in the books, baby. It's in the books, and games are playing right now. Just to give y'all a recap right now, Packers Jaguars still 0-0. Dolphins still up on the Cardinals with the 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Dolphins up 7-0. Jets Patriots up on the Jets with 3:54 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Patriots. Browns up on the Ravens starting of the second quarter. Oh wow, 3-0 though. It ain't nothing big. 3-0. Eagles losing to the Bengals starting of the second quarter. Bengals up 7-3. Colts, Texans, which we expected, tied 3-3. 6 minutes left in the first. Titans, Lions tied with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. 7-7. Falcons, Bucks tied 7-7. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter. So we have no blowouts going on right now, and a lot of the games are already close. So it should be a good week, man. It should be a good week, man. With that being said, Trey, CC, what y'all got, man?
If you would do me, hold on one quick. So if you would do me your honors, their MEB.
Oh yes. So real quick, man, for those that are watching and those that are paying attention to First Formation, my boy, myself, and No Trade Thomas, or we know him as Savvy. We have a huge fundraiser coming up here. I think it's there it is, drawing December 1st.
Yeah.
It's active right now. If y'all hit those two QR codes down at the bottom, one is a Cash App, one is, I think the other one is Zelle. Is it correct? Zelle?
A Better World.
Better World. Okay, Better World's on the left. Of course, Cash App is on the right. So if y'all able to hit if y'all would hit those QR codes, and you have an opportunity of winning a 75-inch TV, a 9,000 watt generator, which y'all people in certain places, that's huge. To get a 9,000 watt generator, that's major. So make sure you get that. You have a surround sound system that's being able to be won. Also, a 5.1 surround sound system. So believe you me, that's gonna be worth it. So be sure you don't have to be present. Just go ahead and hit those QR codes, get your tickets. You know the tickets come in bundles. If you buy more than one ticket, you get more bang for your buck. So go ahead and get that explosion for fundraiser that's going to be drawn on the 1st of December. These could be some great Christmas presents coming up for that. You should be able to receive all these things before Christmas. So let's get it. This is for Sorrow 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated, for those don't know. Let's go. Oh man, my Eagles are not looking good, bro.
So like you were saying, the get ready to close out, it's gonna looking good. It's looking good. I mean, between our picks, we only got 3 in which we separated for the most part. Of course, 2 of the 3 in which I was the only lone picker on the team. So we should see how that ends up coming out. So I like my odds. Will we have another undefeated? I don't know. Maybe not.
No.
But what I will say is Tennessee is giving
what?
They
13-7 right now.
The Tennessee is playing. Randolph is Rudolph is coming through.
Stop it! Detroit just scored. What are you talking about? Detroit just scored 70 yards.
I just said
it's 14-7. You know what I'm saying?
So what I'm looking at they just scored on a kickoff return?
No, a 70-yard run.
Oh, see, so what I'm looking at is something completely different. So it was probably late because I just seen when they just kicked off after scoring. The Titans just kicked off, had a kickoff after they scored.
Rudolph threw an interception already. Like he done threw an interception already.
Yeah, that's what's the same thing because I saw I seen that. Yeah, 14. All right, so on the screen it's different, but on my screen it was different.
Yeah, it's 14-7, and the Dolphins are up now 10-0. Dolphins are up at 10-0 on the Cardinals. So
yeah, but in case
ain't no
we'll
other
see
change.
when it comes out, how it all comes out. 7-7 to the lines, and yeah, so my TV is behind. Excuse me.
Man, the Cardinals, man. Come on, man. I ride with you, and this is what you do.
I know, right? I know, man. That's pissing me off, man. That's pissing me off because me and you both pick Arizona for that one.
Tua is 11 for 12 already in the game, people.
Are you serious?
He 11 for 12 already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
God dang, Arizona. What are y'all doing, bro?
Yeah. All
right, bro. Well, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Be sure to come back next week. We'll be right back here. Oh, no, Thursday. Because we always come on Thursday for Thursday's game, for Thursday night's game coming up this week. Who plays this Thursday? Let's see.
Thursday's
what
game.
Defense?
Oh, the Jets and the Texans.
Bishop, what defense?
Bro, this defense is trash.
You talk about Philadelphia. What defense? I'm like,
bro, we can't even stop a motherfucker on 3rd and 22.
That's what I was gonna say. 3rd and 22. What y'all doing?
Again, Nick Sirianni needs to be fired, bro. This dude is trash. Why
is this dude calling for? He's calling for the head of Sirianni. He's calling for the head of Venables.
And look at both of them doing nothing. That's why, bro.
By the end of the World Series, he's going to be calling for the head of the Yankees.
Boom.
Boom. Man, who's our coach in Brooklyn?
It don't even matter right now. I'm so ticked off. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Be sure to check us out on Thursday. Again, I said, Texas Jets Thursday, this coming Thursday, 31st October. We'll be back. Enjoy. Be safe. I'll holler back at your Cyro 5 military fraternity incorporated. Peace.